Why is there no narwhal emoji? Incredible. Do you have any donations or incentives you want to remind people about before we get started with Narwhal Heist? All right. I'm being toyed by the voice in my ear. We have none at the moment, so definitely keep supporting the marathon. There are some new incentives, so if you guys haven't gotten to take a look at those, definitely go on over that way. We will just be starting this right away in 3, 2, 1, go. So we are playing as Wally the Narwhal, who is returning to his life of crime because his his children and wife have been kidnapped. So we need to collect up a bunch of money to pay for the $5 million ransom, as you just heard. Did I say start? I don't know if I said 3, 2, 1, go. No, I did. Never mind. My memory's going. All the animal games are making me crazy. Also, apparently the cake is a lie. Alright, cool. So, yep, jeez. Okay, first jump. We did it, guys. This is Narwhal Heist. For each of these levels, for the first ones, we're supposed to pick up these diamonds that are everywhere. You're not supposed to usually break these pots, but since it's a tutorial, the game doesn't really care. The only point that's bad to break those vases is during the last part of the tutorial. I'm gonna try to. Oh, nope. Go there. Go. Aw. You can get that box in the corner. You can actually clip yourself out of, or not clip yourself out of bounds. You can boost yourself out of bounds, putting it there. So either way. So there is kind of a rudimentary sort of bunny hopping you can do in this game. Each time you're very slippery controls, so you kind of slide around everywhere. So at this point, any of these vases, if I knock them over, if anything breaks them, you get caught and you immediately fail the level. So you have to be careful. And because you have this big horn in your face, the horn can actually break things. So if you look at things that are too close to you, they will just shatter immediately. So you have to be very careful of where you look at. So I'll be looking upwards quite a bit to avoid hitting any of these vases. So we robbed someone's house and their strange vase collection. Now we're in Grumbo's food market, I believe. I don't know the exact name. I forgot the lore, I'm sorry, guys. So we have to go in this air vent to get up here and steal some things. I'm assuming this is some alternate reality where either people really like vases or lots of narwhals steal things and they've realized putting vases everywhere is a great way to stop them from stealing things. Alright, we have this jump here. There's a weird bit of geometry with this shelf where if you jump backwards into it, one day. This will be the rest of the run. We could listen to all the advertisements. Okay, we're gonna do this the sad trash can way, where we're going to nudge a trash can into place and jump onto it instead. The only problem is the trash can like launches itself sometimes when you jump on top of it, and will just fling towards the vases that are over there and just shatter all of them and ruin your day. So we kind of try to avoid doing that, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. You can actually get inside of these shopping carts and move around in them, and we're gonna have to do that in just a second here, because we need to use that shopping cart and put it into place over here, so we'll just get inside of it. I really wish this game had a third-person view so we could see how this looks right now. I would use that as my desktop background any day of the week. So we're gonna swing on these lamps and it's gonna take us all the way back to the end here, or the beginning, both, same. And we'll be finishing this level, and then we get to the really hard but really broken levels. One thing I will mention before we start those levels is that you can set checkpoints in this game. You can press X and it puts them on the ground, and if you break something, it'll put you in the checkpoint instead of restarting the level. The only problem with that is they're kind of dubious when they work. So sometimes you'll break one vase, and every single vase in the entire level will break itself for no discernible reason. And all your checkpoints will get used up and you'll fail the level anyways. So really, it doesn't matter. Anyways, we just went out of bounds while I was explaining that. This is a big like construction area. You're supposed to avoid all these cops with their flashlights to avoid being seen. And then you can, I used to do a different skip, but instead you can just go out of bounds immediately. And then this just wall doesn't exist. Oh, I got Sawlice on, so we're gonna do it again. So if you missed that. Apparently that cop can see through walls, so I guess I underestimated him. We're gonna do it again. You guys can see all the bouncing construction vehicles that are out here again if you missed them. You can listen to the sound of my scroll wheel loudly in the microphone, all the good stuff. We're gonna slide on over here because Wally is the most slippery narwhal you've ever seen, and even when you stop moving, will slide for like a good 50 feet. It's true, the wall doesn't exist, so obviously you can see through it. I should be thinking about these things. This is why we have Twitch chat, to correct me. So this is the hardest level. This is the reason the estimate for this game is so high, because this level is monstrous and demonic and difficult, and will just do random things sometimes just to laugh at you. You have to go vertically upwards, so there's not as many skips as the other level where we could just go out of bounds and then do a bunch of bunny hopping and it's fun. You have to keep going upwards, and when you're playing as a narwhal that slips and slides like they've been like rubbed with lard and just like layered over and over again with it, it's kind of difficult because you just end up sliding off the edges a lot. This is the level that made me consider returning this game when I was playing through it. It's kind of difficult. There is one skip in it that's kind of cool. Is this a Zelda game? I think so. It might be. No one said it isn't. I remember this from my childhood. You got these little nets that you can bounce off of that are also frightening. You've got this blue goop that's on the floor that makes you go faster. And there's these pots that are here, or not pots, they're vases that are here that you have to avoid as well. So while you're also making those jumps, you also have to put your head upwards to avoid looking at those vases. We have this one skip here now. If you see, there's this big line of, whatever they're called, I don't know. What are they? The struts, I guess. That are swinging there. We're gonna skip going to every single one of those by going up here. So we bounce backwards and then nudge our way here to get onto this part. So this saves a little bit of time. Let's just go up here. We also set a bunch of checkpoints. That's what that loud noise was. So there's just a bunch of vases here. I don't even know where they got that big vase from. I can't even look at it, because if I looked at it, then I would break it probably. Yes, this is actually a portal game. It's true. That is the correct answer. So we're in the final part of the level. Should I go for the skip that saves like 30 seconds, but you can fall down possibly and have to redo the entire level? Does that sound like a good idea? Sounds like a terrible idea, actually. I'll do it. I'll go for it once, because if you fail at it, it usually doesn't make you fall down, unless it feels like it. Okay, cool. It worked. Great. Awesome. So you're supposed to go all the way over here, jump on all those nets, and then bounce back towards there. But you can just jump onto the cannon. So great. So now we're falling down 307 floors. I don't know how far that is in like feet or meters, but you know. Either way, so that's not the end of the run, because this game has one final level. Kind of level. I don't know. Does this count as a level? Kind of. We're going back to the room that we spawned in at the very beginning. And Professor Wigglywam, who is the villain of this entire game, who has kidnapped our family, is about to kidnap our informant as well. We're not going to listen to that. We're going to see how many times I can bounce this beach ball with the horn. Time will be whenever the screen goes black, but I'm going to be focusing very hard on bouncing this beach ball, so... Oh, jeez. Go on. Nope, nope. Oh, okay. Does that count? I think it bounced on the ground. Oh. I'm not counting. Counting's hard. Oh jeez. I just broke that vase. Where is it? Oh, that didn't work very well. There's a narwhal up here as well. It's pretty good. The best thing about this room is that they decided to put a beach ball in it, honestly. If this wasn't in here, I would nothing to do right now. Oh yeah, see, there's a vase emporium. Doesn't that sound like a fun level? Wouldn't that be great to go to? Unfortunately, what happened was, I believe the developers, all the levels, or all the files for this game got deleted by accident, so they're not able to update the game for a while, until they remake everything. So there's no vase emporium in this game, unfortunately. So we just gotta sit here and look at the floor plan of it. And it's time! Woo! Yay! That's Narwhal Heist. Thank you very much for having me along and sitting through the final cutscene and enjoying the beach balls with me. Appreciate everybody hanging out for the animal block and all the loveliness happening during it. We have Untitled Goose Game right after this, the any % glitchless race, so stick around for that. As well as many other lovely animal-related paraphernalia happening. Actually, I think the short hike isn't today, but it's tomorrow, and that's worth watching as well. Watch everything. Just keep the marathon on forever. It'll be great.